Hello, good morning, and welcome to my show. This is Omori Ephraim Omorodion. This morning, I'm about to talk about a very interesting topic that will favor farmers globally, most especially in Africa, just to prepare everyone who is connected to me towards our Africa Life Conference. Over the weeks and over the months, I've been receiving a calls from people. Please help me out. My farm is being invaded by hoodlums, thieves. Plantain farming is becoming a concern for us here because of theft. Now, welcome to my episode 23 of From Seed to Harvest Mentorship Classic Series 2025. For those of you that have been enjoying this episode, I would like to be seeing your comments in the comment section. Now, I'm talking about plantain thefts using this topic, plantain thefts and how to manage the situation. Plantain thefts and how to manage the situation. Not just only plantain that is being stolen in the farm. You have yam, you have rice, you have beans, you have cocoyam, you have cassava, you have livestock, fowl, goats, cattle, and many livestock, even fish. Most farmers are afraid to run fish business. Why? Because of those that steal them away, that cut them away, most especially at night. These thefts run across agricultural value chain. Whether you are in the farm, you experience thefts. You are in the market, you experience thefts. You are transporting your goods from farm to market, thefts all over. So it's not only when you are inside the farm that you experience thefts. The first time I took my goods to Lagos, to Idioro markets and some other market that are into plantain distribution. I went there with a truckload to distribute my plantain at a season where plantain is very, very expensive. Lo and behold, I went there with about over about 50 dozens of plantain. But after after offloading, when I was now counting the dozen, after offloading the dozen, I realized that I was having less than 45 dozen or less than 50 dozen because it wasn't up to 45 anymore. These were plantain that I confirmed before I left my farm over and over. Before, after harvesting, before loading it, I confirmed it was 50 dozen. But after offloading it, when I now reconfirm, it was now below 50 dozen, not even up to 45 dozen anymore. These kind of thefts are almost in everywhere. The first time I got to sell my Gary in Gary International Market, guess what I was welcomed with? They told me, be very careful about your Gary, that it can be stolen anytime. That anybody can come here and steal from it. No matter how big is the bag, they can carry it away when they discover that you are not watching your Gary. I said, what? So these things still happen here? Yes. Almost in every agricultural value chain business is theft, theft, theft. Now, today I want to discuss plantain thefts and how to manage the situation. Every other farmers can also take their lessons from this topic, because the same way you curb theft in plantain farming is the same way you curb theft in yam farming or cassava farming or potato farming or even livestock, fish farming or cattle farming or goat farming. Even when you take it to the market, you have to apply almost the same method to protect your goods, because it is theft, theft. This theft may not be globally. It might be that some continents are victim of this kind of theft. But what those that I'm going to talk with now is those that are most affected in Africa. So this will prepare you for our African Life Conference that is coming in October. Is going to be a section that to you will never recover from going forward. Yes, you keep going forward after this conference. Now, the following individuals are likely to steal your produce or your plantain fruits. Disgruntled laborers who were treated unfairly while working on the farm. There are people, that's number one, point number one, disgruntled laborers. They have complained to you that the money you paid them for the work they did wasn't enough. They have complained to you that since they started working in your farm, they sustained severe injury, lifetime injury that they will always remember. They complain to you that the amount that you agreed to pay them is no longer the amount that you are paying them. That you have cut their agreement fund downward. They complain to you that they made a mistake. That the way they charged you in your projects was far, far, far below the actual amounts. You know, these laborers who comes to labor for us, 99% are not educated. 99% are not educated, most especially those that goes to the farm to do your work, farm projects. 99% are not educated, and for that reason they cannot estimate the actual cost for the project which you are giving them. Now, there was a time I gave a project out that was supposed to be running into over 1 million, but there was one aboki that agreed to do it for 300,000. I was so surprised. How come 300,000? This is very, very cheap. In my mind, it was too cheap. I said, okay, let me reimburse him. After I gave him the money, he worked for the first day because he went to look for boys to himself to join him to run the projects. First day he worked, second day he worked, third day he worked. After working for 1 week, he realized that they've been able to do just 20% of the work. Whereas the money they were reimbursed with, I've almost completed the payment because I knew that feeding was taking major part of the costs of the payment that I have given them so far, feeding. So they started complaining seriously that this work is too hard. They will start saying, wahala a day. That's what they say. That's how they say it. Wahala a day. When they start saying wahala day, you start understanding that they are trying to say the work is too hard or the cost for the job is less than what it's supposed to be. So I knew they were already getting discouraged. Some of them, before I even came back to meet them, almost half of the people that were doing the project, more than half, have left the farm. They said they are not working anymore. So even the leader tried to call them back that I'm ready to add to the money. They said they are not working anymore. So even the leader was far discouraged because I gave the project to one person and he called others. Even the group leader or the team leader was also discouraged that this work is too difficult and the pay is too small. So even myself was now feeling, okay, how do I now increase the pay now? I can't make it times 2. I can't make it times 3 anymore. The mistake has already been done. So damage control is hard to take decision now. If you take it anyhow, you may end up, because whoever you are going to carry again we know those people who came to work there before, and the message will get to them. So you have to take caution on who X to bring to the farm, or how to handle such complaint and projects. So